All right, what is going on, everyone? A lot to address here, a lot to unpack, right? A lot of stuff going on. Let me go to lives and just put on members only. No, back. All right, so we got 19 people. We got 5 likes. Thank you everybody for showing up. Hey everyone. Hey Courtney. Hey Ben Lee. Sorry that you couldn't get a bunch of other comments in, but hey, how's everybody doing today? Good morning, Ryan. Good morning, Jack. How's everybody doing this morning? I think the markets look pretty good. Different stocks are moving in the right direction. GameStop is making quite the move this morning. 10% from what I can see right now. Good morning from Colorado. Let's get the squeeze going. Yep, let's get that squeeze moving. Good morning, Jacob. Got 61 people. Make sure you guys hit that like button right when you get in here. It does help out. Aurora, how you doing? Thank you for stopping by the stream. I appreciate that. I don't know why I can't really change this. It sucks. Come on. I was trying to move this around. It doesn't want me to move it. I don't know what's going on with it. I was trying to move it, but it's not working. So we'll have to navigate through. Good morning, Eagles Flyers. Brian Fuller. Let's say Brian. I want to wait till a few more people get in here before we start. How's everybody's morning going? It's pretty early. All right, yeah, so we have 105 people in here, guys. Thank you for showing up to the stream this morning. Zom on a comeback? Yeah, it definitely is. I don't know where Zom actually is. Guess it's probably at the bottom. Let's just do it by order by symbol. Then I'll know what I'm looking for just by the letter that it starts with. So Zom, yes, it is making a move. I did see it as high as $1.34. It was making a pretty decent move. Yeah, I'm looking for this to continue to push up, continue to make their moves, because obviously I'm holding at $1.50. So I want to see that make a huge move back. It's cold here. Well, that's horrible. It's always cold in my basement, but it's actually warm outside. So from what I've seen, what I felt after I let Emmy out, I should be getting ready for work, but AMC is more exciting than makeup right now. Yes, very exciting. It's extremely exciting. I know GME is moving quite a bit too today. I mean, what, 10% from what I've seen? Where is GME? Should be easy to find because of the letters right there. Yeah, 10% up to $186. We want to see larger movement. We did have movement in the after hours market up to $198. So a large amount of movement here. And then it started to flatten out / decrease a little bit. So how did Mavis not crash? Yeah, I mean, I was confused as well. I mean, to continue to see it grow is definitely good. I just know for some of the long-term, I have long-term investments, and I'm wondering if it's going to get back to that point. Is it wise for me to, take that money and not run with it, but take the money and wait for it to decrease to a reasonable increase? Because the problem is that it's increasing too fast. With something that increases that fast, you're going to see a pretty large fall. And then it'll get back to the point to where it's realistic. However, I would be able to pocket all of the profit and then put it back in at the lower point. So then I'm basically still holding MVIS, but it's supposed to be a long-term play for my Fidelity account for Carl's Calls. Yeah, I know you had a huge amount of volume with MVIS. Yesterday, I believe it was like, it was 241 million. I thought it was like 66 million. That's what I thought it was. I'm finally coming back up for us. Yeah. Well, it's good for the people that held on, because there's a lot of people that seen it decreasing. They were like, you know what, I'm not buying into this anymore. I was looking for it to go below 70 cents, and then I was going to buy in 4,000 more shares at that time, but it ended up going down to 73 cents, I think, of a low, and I didn't see it any lower than that. So if I would have done that, right now I would be profitable by a lot, because I would have held 7,000 shares. But right now I'm holding 3,000 shares, which is still in limbo somewhere. So I can't do anything with it, even if it does increase to, $1.50 or $1.70 or whatever. All right. Nathan always comes in clutch with that. Movies are dark, no need for makeup. Good morning, Ghost. Good morning, Space Coast. Yeah, I think what we need to do is, I don't know how many people seen the video that I posted yesterday, but one, I'd like to thank everybody. That's the most view duration I've ever had in a video. It was a 12-minute video, and it was 8 minutes and 50 seconds that people were watching the video. So that's almost 9 minutes. That's almost the whole entire video on average. That's basically saying that everybody was watching the video, or at least a lot of people were watching all of it. And I can't say that it was the best, it was the most well-received video, because if I look at the like to dislike ratio, it's 50%, which is pretty high for the amount of dislikes. Now, it was more of an intentional video as well. I do believe that people need to have a profit target, and that was the main purpose of it. And I wanted to see how many people actually have a profit target, and people are, I don't understand it. Hello, Nick. Yeah, I don't understand it, right? So I'm doing pretty good, Nick. Thanks for asking. How are you? I think I'm doing pretty good, actually. Didn't eat this morning, but I never really eat any morning, so it's not really a change. But yeah, where was I at? So yeah, I did it pretty much intentional, because of the fact that it's not about spreading fear. It's about understanding a situation. I never ever want. This is why I quote Profit Hands. This is why I never, basically say, oh, this is going to reach an unsustainable amount. Like, I'm not going to say, oh, it's going to reach 100K. I'm not going to say it's going to reach $1,000. I'm saying there's a possibility. There's always a possibility that it can reach $1,000. $1,000 is definitely more attainable than 100K. But when I see any history of previous squeeze, which AMC did not have a squeeze, AMC would have 10 or 100x what their previous or pre-increase value was, which was $1.90. 100x would be $190. So that would be more of a squeeze out of the situation. Now, you can continue to see more as it progresses, as it grows, as the amount of interest rate grows, as the amount of shorted positions grows. it's going to basically be from where I'm standing at it. I can say that $100 or $200 is a great squeeze. People saying that it's $1,000 or $2,000 or $100K is kind of on the higher side of things, and I don't want people to wait for nothing, and it could get to $900 and that could be the squeeze, but people are waiting for like round numbers. So they're going to end up saying, oh, it gets to $900, and then that could have been the squeeze, and then all of a sudden they're waiting overnight, and everybody ends up selling their position because they're comfortable with $900 worth of a gain. You know what I mean? So I don't want you to be stuck in that situation where you're not profiting out of it or getting the most profit out of it. So that's why I made that video, and it was mainly just to promote profit hands, not saying that you need to take a profit now. I'm saying understand what's your profit target and put a stop loss where that profit target is, and as it increases above that, keep adjusting your stop loss. So if it goes against you by a lot, then you end up getting sold out for a profit, and if it continues to go against you, you can buy back in lower and then ride it on the way up again. That's what I'm saying. I want everybody's profits to be safe, and you don't have to sell everything. I'm not saying that you should sell everything. You look at something like someone like DFV, who took a profit of millions of dollars and left some money in there. You know what I mean? Like, he understands how the situation's going, and that's somebody that's smart. But people that end up being stupid will say, oh, well, I'm waiting until it goes to $1,000 or zero. It's like, no, you have to have something in between, or 100K or zero. It's like, what? I mean, as I started reading comments, I was like, these people are stupid. Like, I don't know, and I didn't want to say it like that, but seriously, I mean, in order to be profitable in the stock market, you need to have some sort of discipline. And if you're showing no like discipline, just a complete lack of discipline, you're going to lose a lot of money, and you're going to lose out on hundreds of thousands of dollars if you get to a point to where you don't really have a profit target. So anyways, we have 313 people in here, guys. Make sure you guys hit that like button or hit the dislike button, whatever you want. Just engage in the channel. I appreciate everybody that comes through. Are you talking about your realistic time for a squeeze video? Yeah, basically. Good morning. I hope you got your money straightened out. Some good trades out there right now. Yeah, I mean, it's straightened out, but I still can't make any trades because all of the money that was in both accounts is now well, I mean, I could take out some of my long-term investments, but I'm not going to take that out of there. I like to keep it in there. But yeah, all of the money that's in both accounts, in both trading accounts, is now in limbo somewhere. It's being transferred over to Webull, which is going to an account that's not active, and then that account, I now need to asset transfer that out, which should be an easier process. I just need to get the form notarized. I need to buy a gold boat. I'm realistic, and we'll settle for a dingy. A dinghy. Is it dingy or dingy? Dingy. Somebody big bought some stock for that 1 minute, $1 candlestick. Probably Kitty added some shares. Yeah, I mean, this is what I'm saying. Like, I look back at different situations. I love to look at history, and this is why I always take that into account. Like, should you have a profit target in any case? Well, yes, no matter what anybody else says, you should always have a profit target. Whatever you feel it's going to do based on your due diligence, you have a profit target. And it might not be your firm profit target. It might be just a point to where you secure profits. And then anything else, as it grows above, let's say to $100 or $200 or $1,000 or whatever it gets to, you're happy to be able to hold that amount. Like if I have 1,400 shares of AMC or 2,000 shares of AMC, I would take 1,800 shares and sell it at my profit target, and then as it does increase and continues to increase, then I'm fine with that growth as it does go up. But I secured a large sum of the bag, and then if it gets to a large amount, then I'm able to capitalize on that with a couple hundred shares that's in there. But if it goes lower, I'm able to buy back in to effectively lower that cost basis by a lot. So if it goes down to basically below where your cost basis was previously, then you're fine. Just know that the hedge funds are not going to make it this easy to where a squeeze is coming like right now. I know that we have the capability, we have the volume, we have the hype to push a squeeze, but we need the institutional investors, we need other hedge funds to back us as well. We need them to cover a lot of their short positions without shorting more, and then we'll see something really big. So I like to look at what DFV did and know that he took a profit and was able to keep some stuff in there. But a lot of people are frowning upon people taking a $15,000 profit and saying that it's paper hands. Those people are stupid. Don't let them get to you. If you quote that you have a $15,000 gain and you're happy with that, then be happy with it. But I would say always keep something in there to secure what you have, the potential large gain versus a small loss, something like that. But yeah, I like to buy. Oh, I just read that. Good morning, Matt. You're level-headed. Not everyone will respect that. And the little squeeze happened on low value. It was like 4 million, I think. I'm waiting for 100 to finally pull out of Robinhood. I'm holding it. It was longer, but I want to profit and still before Robinhood blocks sell orders. Yeah, Robinhood probably will block sell orders. I hope that doesn't happen again. I mean, they should have learned from the first time, but if they're gonna basically cater to the hedge funds, then I don't want to see them block sell orders. Or sorry, buy orders. I don't want to see them block buy orders because we're going to continue to push the price up. They won't block sell orders. That would be horrible if they did that. Now it would be probably very difficult to once people start really selling. That's why if you sell at the top, it's going to be very hard to liquidate those stocks. But who really knows where the very top is? Like we can say, oh, it's 100 or 200. I like to look at it as 100x. If I look at all the different positions that moved, it would be 100x of what the previous stock price was before any type of increase. GME went from $5 to 500. Costs went from $2 to 200 or so. I expect AMC to go from $1.90 to $190 or $200. Like that's what I totally expect out of a squeeze. Now that's the bare minimum that I expect out of a squeeze. Now it could be a lot more depending on everything that's building up, the complete bubble that could be building up, right? And it looks like it is building up. So that's where it ends up being to that level where it's like, all right, well, it can go above, $200 and anywhere in between 200 and, 500, anywhere in between 200 and 100K. That's what people are saying. And this is where I will set a firm stop loss. So typically I don't set an actual stop loss. I set a manual stop loss, or I set a manual stop loss. So what I'll do is I will mentally look at what number I want to hit at, and then when it does get to that point, I will market sell out. That will be a mental stop loss or a manual stop loss that I create. But for this one, I'm going to set a hard stop loss, basically saying that the system is going to stop me out. And if I see it pulling back way before there, then I'm going to set my mental stop loss in between my hard stop loss and where the price actually is. Thank you, Mr. Floyd, for becoming a member. Good morning, Matt and Carl. It's my birthday. We're feeling old at 31. I just turned 30. Happy birthday. And I feel it in my knees and my ankles already. I'm old. I might as well retire. Happy birthday, though. In the clouds. That pull up Melvin Capital website. It's a dead cat. LOL. Something happening. What? Wait, are you not able to go onto Melvin Capital? Is that what you're saying? That because I can't click on anything, it just says melvincapital.com and it just says Melvin Capital and what the address actually is. Does that mean something? That was actually a big ass correction, which was 3.5 million shares. They don't have any money yet. It seems like they don't. Hedges are done, closed yesterday. Well, that's funny. Good morning, Matt plus team. It was great to see GME jump. Fingers crossed that momentum continues through the week. Question, how much longer do you think the volatility in GME will continue? Why? All right, because you're looking to swing trade or day trade or something. I think volatility will continue with the position, because as long as they continue to fight it, the more that we're going to continue to hold and buy into it. So the volatility will continue. It's just whether it will it'll be spaced out more. So as time goes on, the volatility will be spaced out instead of being like very close together. The volatility will be spaced out to where it's up and stays up, it goes down, stays down, goes up, stays up, and somewhere in the middle as well. But you're going to see more of a level set, as you did see some of these positions, or GME specifically, actually move sideways for a couple of days or a week or so. It did decrease quite a bit, but did move sideways for a couple of days / week. But yeah, that's basically what the volatility is going to be. It's probably going to continue for a year plus. You're going to see this. It's not going to sit here and decrease down to, $10 or $5 or anything. You're going to see this fluctuate probably from wherever the squeeze point is for GME. If it's going to push back up to 500 and stay at that point, and then end up moving back down a little bit, stay at like 300-ish, 350, and then fluctuate in between like 100 and 350 really throughout the next however many years. No, it'll probably be like a year or so. The full squeeze does only take it should be less than like an hour or two for it to actually get to that point. But at the top, people are going to sell off very quick. Once they see a point to where they hit their profit target, because there's a lot of smart people out there, but then there's also a lot of people that will just hold until they get to, maybe an unsustainable amount. And even at some of the levels that it gets to, so let's say $350 or $400 may be an unsustainable amount as well. It can actually sustain for a little bit, but it's not going to be something that's going to be like, oh, it's going to stay there for a week, plus. So I just want to get everybody ready for, whenever they can take their profits. If you have a profit target, a ultimate goal profit target, and then also your realistic profit target. What's your realistic profit target? What's your strategy in making these moves? That's what I want to know. Sorry, I get off on a tangent and I miss where I was at. Hey Mike, hey Dexter. I'm going to sell 15 shares at $100, secure my investment amount. The rest will be a profit chase. That's a good strategy. See, I like hearing strategies. If you say, oh, I'm going to sell at a certain portion, I believe 100 is definitely a goal to where we can get to, especially with a squeeze. We can definitely get to that point. We haven't had a squeeze with AMC yet. We've seen it go up quite a bit, but we have not seen that squeeze that we've seen with costs, that we've seen with GME, we've seen with a number of positions that were out there, So check MVIS, a short borrow fee rate is at 113%. Well, I would imagine that they're shorting the heck out of this thing now. because of the fact that it's getting so high that people are thinking that this is unsustainable when you have a lot of buy volume. So some people are probably getting pushed out of their position, which continues to see. This is why this is the difference. Before we get into that, this is the difference with like understanding how the stock market works and people not understanding how it works. So with a lot of things that get bought up a ton and end up being overbought to people thinking that it's being completely overvalued, you have a lot of, you know, hedge funds, firms, retail investors that are basically saying this is overvalued, yes, it is overvalued, it's being overbought, and I want to see this stock price go down. So they short the heck out of it just to basically say, I'm going to make so much money on this on the way down because it's completely overbought, and Wall Street Bets may be pumping this. Now we need to just ride it on the way down. However, they get caught on the way up as it continues to move up. So what's going to happen is people are buying while those same people that are now losing money have to, you know, basically sell out of their position because they want to have a stop loss. So they have their stop loss, they have to get their position covered, which will increase the price. And that's why the price keeps increasing. People are shorting it and then getting stopped out really quick. So those people are also, you know, covering the position while people are buying. So it's definitely a different situation where a lot of times you will see that happen. Retail traders will end up shorting the position. A lot of firms will hold on to it, but retail traders will cover their positions as it does start to go against them, because shorting is very risky. So a lot of people, more people will set a stop loss on shorting than on you know, buying positions, because buying, you have a limit to how much you can lose. Shorting a position, you have no limit. You can short GME right now and it can go to, you know, $10 million and you'll have to pay what you have to pay. I mean, you shorted the position. There's no limit. Now, I'm not saying GME is going to go to $10 million. Don't quote me on that. But anyways, the short volume for MVIS, we had 47.5 million out of the 213 million market volume, 22% short volume ratio, which is pretty high. You do have 75,000 short shares available. The short ball fee rate is 113%, 113.87%. That's pretty high. Not pretty high, it is high, very high. So obviously you do have a lot of people that don't believe that this should be up there, and they're shorting the heck out of this position, probably getting stopped out, covering their position while people are also buying into the position. So it's bringing up the price even more. So it's just helping the cause, to tell you the truth. Don't short something that's really increasing that much. What do you think of trailing stop losses? Trailing stop losses are great. Sometimes they don't really work the right way. For me, at least, I've had times to where I wasn't stopped out at a certain point, and I like to set hard stop losses just because it sets goals in between. Now, if you're comfortable with setting trailing stop losses, means that you can get stopped out a lot sooner than what you want. So if you set a stop loss, let's say it goes above $20, right? Today it goes above $20. And you have a stop loss, you set a stop loss at $20, it goes up to 22 and then continues to rise or whatever. Now your stop loss is at 20, it's moving up, and you would give it a lot of room, a lot of cushion for it to come back a little bit, make its move on the way back up, because if it does go up to 20, 25 after that, and then you see a little bit of a decrease in one day, you're not gonna get stopped out right away. You know what I mean? So it's gonna be something where you secure the bag really, but you're also building that price up. And then when you get to a point to where you can adjust that stop loss, you can adjust it to $30. And then as it goes up, you can adjust it to $40. So that's where I like to really set it. Sometimes, I mean, there's a rare chance where I will use a trailing stop loss, but most likely I will use a hard stop or a mental stop. We have an actual, oh, wait, I missed something. Haven't you heard 30 is the new 60? At least that's how I felt this last year. Yeah, I hear you. I hear you. I'm feeling that way. I played basketball. It was like 2 weeks ago, and I still feel it in my ankles and my knees. I mean, I haven't played basketball in probably, I don't know, 5 years. Maybe it's probably way more than that. I would say since I was in college, to tell you the truth. And that, and my first years of college. So 2015. At what point do you think you should sell before the price drops? Is it 200 a share? You have to do that analysis yourself. The thing that we can never predict is where it will pull back from, because yes, you can say, oh, it's being overbought at this point, but it can come back and readjust a little bit and then increase again, right? So I would say wherever your comfortable profit target is. I understand you want like guidance because it's very tough to understand exactly how high it will go or what the full potential of it is, what the realistic potential of it is. But I always say, like, whatever you're comfortable with of a profit target, then go for it. Then set that as a profit target. Make sure you take some of that profit. If it goes against you and it continues to go up, make sure you have some in there as it does go up so that you can continue to capture upon that. But if it does decrease, then you're able to buy back in at a lower point, get more shares, and then ride it on the way up, seeing that it does have a lot of promise. So it's very tough to say. I can't give you a suggestion or an opinion or advice on that. The only thing I would say is that you set a profit target based on a realistic price and then whatever your top goal price is, because it's going to be very difficult to sell at the very peak, because no one knows where the very peak is unless you're that person that owns a lot of shares. If you own a ton of shares and you're looking to sell those at the top, wherever your top is probably going to be where everybody else's top is. Yes, website doesn't load. Temporarily closing up in capital. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Yes. I'm glad someone catches on that my THs are Fs. Birthday. I have trouble saying the word birth with an S at the end. It's very difficult for me. So like when I say the amount of babies that we had in the hospital, I will say deliveries versus, I'm not gonna say it because I know I can't say it. I already feel it. Yeah, they took the content off their website and just put up the logo. It used to have more things on it. Morning, everyone. Matt, I was waiting all night for today to hear your take on MVIS and AMC. Hopefully you got it, because I did talk about MVIS. It's way more than what we thought. It's not just the buy volume that we see with Wall Street Bets and a lot of other people that are backing it. It's a lot more that goes into it. People that are seeing this as an unsustainable price, shorting the position, it goes against them, they get covered, and now they're increasing that price more, which makes people short even more, and then people are buying even more as it does continue to go up because people chase the price. I'm not chasing it. I own 10 shares and I'm going to sit on that. I was going to try and buy more when it was at $10, but I didn't have money available to trade with because all of it is in limbo somewhere. I wake up to good movement in ZOM. That's good. I mean, I'm happy with that. I'm happy with any great movement in ZOM. It was a lot better up to $1.34. We have 694 people in here. Make sure you guys hit that like button. Now, a lot of people seen that video that I posted yesterday. The reason for that video, and it had the highest view duration that I've ever had on any video on my channel. So I appreciate that, even though it had a horrible like to dislike ratio. It showed how separated, separate people actually are. You actually have two groups. You have the people that are more profit hands, and you have the people that are just going to hold. Now, you do have people in the middle that will hold, but also secure a profit, right? And it just bothers me so much that people will hold without any type of price target and then sit on something that they might end up missing. If they're like, oh, I'm gonna hold till $1,000 and it gets to 950 and it starts to pull back a lot, what are you going to do then? Are you going to sit here and hold until you get to $1,000 again, or are you going to actually take your profit and then watch it on the way down, get back in whenever it hits its low point, and then ride it on the way up again? Or are you just, like I said, are you just going to hold? Like that, it just bothers me that people will sit on something like that because it's a missed opportunity, and then those will be the same people that say, oh, I should have sold at this point. It's like, I told you this, set a profit target. If you don't have a profit target, you're not going to be successful. So if you're new to trading, set a profit target, whether it's just a realistic profit target, and then also a more aggressive profit target, and then probably a fantasy land profit target. Something that you're holding on to and saying, if it hits this point, if it hits 100K and I hold 5 shares, then I'm great. But as it starts to go up, you don't need as many shares in order to gain a lot of money from it. You know what I mean? So secure your profit, secure your investment so that you don't lose all of your money, while keeping something in there so that if it does grow up to 1,000, now you have 100 shares at 1,000 shares, or 100 shares at $1,000. Now you have $100,000 there, right? Now I understand the look of it, and you say, all right, well, I just sold 900 other shares and I could have had a lot more. I could have had $1 million, right? And it's all the coulda, shoulda, wouldas, for people that don't believe that it would, get to a point to where they would be profitable. It's just really tough to take in. The whole entire situation is really tough to take in. Some people just really bother me, without having profit targets. And that's why I created that video. So I just wanted to say that. I don't want to push this all on people and, what people say, I'm spreading FUD in any instance. I'm looking to get everybody to have a profit target. Every single person. If you don't have one, you're making dumb decisions. Any chance you were able to send me that invite to the Discord? I thought I did. Yeah, it said invite. Yeah, send it. Okay, give me a second. Can you reach out to me on Instagram really quick? Do you have an Instagram? Can you reach out to me on Instagram or Twitter? One of the two. Let me know which one you're reaching out to me on, and I will check it and then send the invite there, because for some reason it's sending it to the wrong place. I thought I sent it, but I apparently didn't. Sorry about that. My cost average for GME is 180. Good. Sorry if I missed any. If you're on a margin account, then the PTU will prevent you from selling. What's the utilization of MVIS? I don't have that. I don't have that. I don't have that data. But I imagine it's pretty high. That happened to me yesterday. It didn't stop me out. Yeah, see, that's what I worry about, is with the trailing stop loss. It either doesn't stop you out or stops you out too soon. The automated systems is very, very tough. So when you set a hard stop loss saying, if it goes to this point, sell me out, right now. And it doesn't have to be like, you sell me out at this price, you sell me out at a market order around this price, and AMC for that matter. Do you oppose me at Brad by 180 average down? I don't worry, especially once Ryan Cohen unveils more of the transformation plans. Yeah, I mean, yeah, you're not talking to me, but just agree. Good morning, Adam. Good morning, Diego. I believe their floor for GME is 10 million. Yep, take the profit and reset it again. So will the dips when the squeeze happen be extreme? Yes. When the squeeze does happen, as you've seen with different pieces. So let's see AMC. And I know this is not a squeeze because it's just a massive increase. But if we look at the last 4 months or so, you're going to see that when we did have this large increase, we did see a large decrease as well. So from $25 all the way down to a low of $11. Look how large that difference is. Literally within the open, you've seen it open up at $15 here. So it went from $25 in the after hours market to dropping down a crazy amount, and then even dropping more, and then continued to level out from there. So you've seen that squeeze that people were talking about as a squeeze. That was not a squeeze, it was just a large increase. So anything that did happen like that, I'll get to that, Brad, then. Anything that you did see here, the same thing happened. You know, you got up to $514, got all the way down to a low of $112. That is crazy. It got to a low of $112 from being at $514. So you're going to see a massive fall from when it gets to the top point. So just know that it does not take a long time for it to decrease a lot. So that's why I'm saying you can't just, you have to set a profit target. You have to set stop losses so that you don't get, you know, sold out at a point to where now you're at break even though it increased, you know, 100 times more than where you were, or 10 times more than where you were. You know what I mean? Like, that's what I don't want for you to have happen. I understand that it can increase quite a bit, but set your stop losses so that if it does come back on you, yes, you missed targets, but you're not going to lose out on everything. You may lose out on the top 10% or the top 20%, but you're not going to lose out on that bottom 80%. You know what I mean? You're going to keep that 80% profit and you're going to be good. So that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm promoting. Never FUD, always profit hands. That's what I'm all about. If you don't know me and you don't know that I'm about profit hands, I understand the people that did dislike the video. The funny thing is, disliking the video is also engagement, so it increases the amount of viewership. So I'm okay with that. But as long as you engage, I really don't care. Make sure you guys hit that like button. We have 787 people in here. It does help out the channel a ton. Hit the like button, hit the dislike button, whatever you feel is right. I'm gonna go ahead and just check this real quick. Instagram. On Exchangeogram. You reached out to me on Exchangeogram. Alvin and the Hobbs are the best. Hey, it's Brad. That's funny. That's funny. All right, let me see. Go to invites. Copy. There you go. Send it over. Yeah, subtle plug. If you guys want to, follow me on Instagram, go ahead and follow me. The link is in the description. If you want to follow me on Twitter, do that as well. If you want to follow me on TikTok, do that as well. I post a lot of my MP Shorts videos on there. I want to do more, I don't know what to call it. I did different types of content previously. I want to do the MP Shorts videos, but I also want to do a lot more than that. Thunder Jumper, thank you for joining as a member. It means a lot. If GME hits 1,500, expect a big dip. This will most likely be a shorter last Hail Mary. Yeah, I would agree with you. Anything that you do see that large increase, and it's $1,000, just know that people are going to be so excited and they're probably going to take that profit. I understand that people think it has the capability of hitting crazy amounts. Right? But just know when it's being overbought, and set your stop losses. I cannot emphasize that more. I can't put more emphasis on it. I just can't. Oh man, stop losses are very important. You have an instructional video on how to set those stop losses. I don't. It's very simple. I mean, you can set a stop loss right away. If you wanted to, automatically trade. So if you wanted to trade, you can set a stop loss and set it at a certain price. Or when you go ahead and sell, you can set those stops, and wherever the stop price will be, that's what you would have. So it's very simple. Hopefully you can see this over here. Let me pull this down. So yeah, here, if you have the ticket here, if you go to sell, you can set stop, go to stop price, and then set it whether it's in the day or whether it's good until close, whatever it is. So you can set those stop losses, and you can also set it while you're buying. So you can set a market order, actually set a stop loss after that market order, and set it up there. So it's very simple to do it that way. I don't have an instructional video on how to set it, but I can definitely do it with some sort of suggestions. I feel like that would be a very short video. I could probably do it in the MP Shorts channel. That would be good. Do quick instructional tips on, Webull and Fidelity and all different platforms and all that stuff. That would actually be a good idea. I think showing the quick extreme dips clarify your standpoint on taking profits. I know that for me, in reinforcing the use of trailing stop losses. Yeah, that's what I tried to do. I guess I didn't show it in the video, really just to explain exactly why I'm saying, set your stop losses. And that's, I guess, my bad, not doing that. And it was probably more on the point to where I'm looking at, I had like my family upstairs, so I was trying to rush to get the video done. But yeah. Do you think SOS is a Chinese Ponzi scheme? No, I don't. I don't have any true detail. Thank you, Jack the Ripper, for becoming a member. Finally a member. That's awesome. I appreciate it. But yeah, I didn't put that in the video to where you did see like these large increases. And anytime you do see a large increase, there's a large decrease. This is why I'm kind of waiting for MVIS to kind of collapse. I understand. Actually, you're seeing that kind of now. It was up to $29, and now it's starting to fall. And typically, you see those things. You see those increases and collapse towards the end of the pre-market. You're going to see a lot of pre-market movement, and you've seen that with GME. You've seen the pre-market movement up to 500. By the time it opened, it was already down. For AMC, it was up to $27, and then by the time it opened, it was already down. This is where it's like, one, you want to have pre-market trading available, after hours trading available, so that you can make those moves. However, it's going to be very tough for you to get your position liquidated, in the pre-market or after hours market, while others will take more of a priority over you. Good morning, bro. Hope you get that 38K fixed fast. Yeah, I mean, right now it's sitting. I'm in a comfortable spot, right? Because it's not something to where they're selling it over in Fidelity and then rebuying it 5 days later. They're not doing that, so that's a good thing. They're also not selling it in Fidelity and then rebuying it the same day. They're not doing that. They're basically transferring the stock. So that's what he told me. He said they're transferring the stock, so I should have the same amount of shares that I had previously, which means that the price or the amount that I have in the account should be well over 40K. At this moment, should be well over 40K, and that's what I'm hoping we're gonna see. But I won't know because I can't see the other account. But right now I'm in a good spot because I did get a lot of things clarified to me and made me feel at ease that a lot of my positions will still be moving with the stock prices increasing the way they are. So that's good. I'm completely happy about that. But thank you, for obviously worrying about that. Have you seen the interesting pattern over time for GME? Every 21st, 22nd, and 23rd day of the previous big gains, there are more gains like clockwork since December 27th. That's interesting. It's very interesting. I haven't seen that. Trey, how are you doing? Thank you for becoming a member. That means a lot. Thank you for stopping by the stream. Uh, welcome, Jack. You're in good hands. Yes, yes, you are. You are in good hands. That was definitely a surprise right there. You're seeing that pop up on the screen. Trades became a member. It means a lot, man. It means a lot. But yeah, a lot of people are coming at me because I'm telling people to set stop losses and set profit targets. Trades in the house. Yes. All right, so if we look at what's actually happening today, local love. Good to see you here, man. Good to see you here. Been following you since January. Been following me since January, or Trey since January, or both. Thank you, B182, for becoming a member. But yeah, let's look at what's happening with MVIS, because MVIS is making a move down, which we expected a lot of positivity. After seeing what I seen in the morning up to $29, it decreased quite a bit. And just know that, like I said previously, with any large increase, you're going to see a decrease. So hopefully you set your stop losses. Hopefully you're good for any type of profits. But I do feel like this is something that can grow. It can be sustainable above, $25, $30, $40 can be something that grows quite a bit. But at this rate, it's growing way too fast. So that's why I always say, like, look, it got up to $31 up here. That's crazy. Ultimately, people will do what people do. Give your non-financial advice and people will make their own decisions. Absolutely. I just want more people to be profitable. It's very tough to go through teaching stocks and then seeing people make, for lack of a better term, dumb decisions of holding onto something forever. I'm not saying that we can't hold and continue to hold, but be smart. If it's something that you can't really afford, or it's something where you have a certain amount of money that you want to gain from it, set a profit target. You don't have to sell everything. You can hold on to a lot of positions, and then you can end up getting back into it with a larger position and grow that position more. That's the standard rule of day trading and swing trading, is obviously setting your stop losses and profit targets. For people that go into anything without any profit target, it's crazy. And I'm sure, Trey, you have your own profit target, which I'm sure you haven't disclosed, but you have your own profit target that you would like to get to. And you can see the amount of movement that we do see in the stock price. So if it does increase to $200 or $300, know that people will see that at its peak point, and they will probably end up moving or selling out of that position and move the stock price down. So I want everybody to be aware of any profits that they can take. This is why I promote profit hands all the way. You hold to a point, you sell some of your position, but then you can also continue to ride it on the way up. But it's all about profit hands. That's what I promote. Mavis is getting dumped. Yeah, I don't think they're getting dumped. They're just seeing a little bit of a decrease. So if they were getting dumped, you would really see it get dumped. But it's not getting dumped. Right now, it's at $25.72. As we go into the day, let's look at what the day is doing. You can see it is dropping quite a bit from that $29 mark, but it's starting to come back. You're seeing a little bit of a V-shaped recovery here, being oversold like crazy down here. But you are seeing it come back a little bit, coming back to the 15 moving average. Always gauge that 15 moving average as more of that back to earth mentality. I'm personally keeping my profit target to myself until the day or two before I sell. I just try to encourage people to sell when they want to, not when people want to. Yes, 100%. I 100% am with you on that. That's why I felt like you were keeping it to yourself, because a lot of people do follow you and want to ask you for that advice of when you're actually going to sell, so that they can sell at that moment. And that's not what we really want. We don't want people to just take our opinion as advice. if I sit here and say that, I have a profit target of this, it does go a longer way than, anybody else saying it. Always before selling, nowhere near profit target. That's good. That's good to hear. Yeah, for a lot of people, I just want, especially newer investors, it's just very tough, to see them go into a situation and not know how true stocks work rather than, holding for a squeeze. Because holding for a squeeze is a lot different than you would go with a normal position. So if we're looking for a swing trade, we have a certain profit target that we get to. And if we get close to that profit target, and it's pulling back too far, we have stop losses that will basically get us to a point to where we can make a lot of money from it. But with a squeeze, we're holding for a larger outcome, and it's definitely a different situation. And I don't want people to get stuck. For the people that have the most, so let's say a lot of people that may have 100,000 shares worth of AMC. Those people that have 100,000 or 1,000,000 shares worth of AMC or whatever are at the top point. So whenever they sell, they're going to basically show people where the stock is going to go. So if it gets to $200 or $1,000 and those people with 1,000,000 shares sell, they're the people that will sell at the top. So we're going to miss the first 10%, probably the first 20% up there. But that next 80% is free and clear for a lot of people to make their trades and get, stopped out and do all the stuff that they need to do. But you have to realize that when it does get up to that point, and I'm just trying to let people know, when it does get up to that point, it will drop really fast. As you've seen with what happened with GME. You look at GME over the last, let's look at 6 months, you can see that this increase that we had from $514 over the after hours market decreased by the time we opened. When you opened, it decreased quite a bit, and then it got all the way down to a low of $112. So getting down to that point, that's literally within a couple of hours that it got down to $112. So just know that when a squeeze actually happens, they will try and fight this, and a lot of people will push this down. You'll see people short it as people start to sell their position. So I always want people to be aware, is this like top 10, 20% will be the people that hold the most, and everything else in between will be more of the retail traders and some institutional investors as well. So I want people to be as profitable as they can be when they get up to these points. But right now, like you said, we're nowhere near where the profit target should be. So it's good to see you here, though. Great to have that conversation. I love you guys. Authenticity. Thank you, Trey, for your recent video about your life. Heart attack survivor, and that video helped me. Yeah, I mean, it sucks that anybody would go through things like that. I've had people close to me that have gone through heart surgeries and have heart problems, and I know that there are limits to things that they can do, and it sucks to have people go through that. So I feel for him, and if you're still watching, I feel for you. Hopefully you get through it and you're healthy as the days go on. DFV made huge profits on his 50K options last week. He's still holding 100K, right? I think so. He took no profits. Now he has 200K shares. Yeah, well, the thing is like, look, this is where the situation gets a lot, like, gets very cloudy. And I don't want people to sit here and just say, just that DFV is holding a lot of shares. Just know that he did profit quite a bit out of the first move with GME. So I just want you to be aware of that people do take their profit target seriously and get stopped out whenever they want to get stopped out at a certain price. So they're not going to stop out everything. They're going to stop out some, leave some in there for the potential growth, and then get back in as it does go up. So it's extremely tough to look at that, because some people will take it as one side versus another, but it should be taken as yes, even the people that have hundreds of thousands or millions of dollars will still take that profit, but leave some in there for potential gains. That's a good viewpoint to double down on. Very, very few people will catch the absolute top at the end of the beginning. End of the beginning, beginning of the end. Yes, yes. 100%. We have 800 people in here. Make sure you guys hit that like button or dislike button. I don't care. Just find a way to engage. Engagement is key. Thank you for all the members that did become members. Hey Trey, I see that whenever you do your live streams, I know it kind of sucks to have to do that members only stuff, but I think that actually does good things when you have members only, because one, it slows down the chat. Two, you don't have to incentivize super chats or anything. So it's, even though it seems like, I know you said something about being money hungry or whatever, like you're not money hungry at all. But I think if you end up making it cheap, like I made mine 99 cents, and it seems to slow down the chat, bring a lot of great questions in here, and also takes those people that say Ted Cruz killed JFK or whatever out of the equation, and also all of your moderators any moderators will have access to it without having to spend money on the membership. I think members only does come in handy. You should probably look into doing that if you want to. I think it's a great idea. When I first heard about it, or I first seen Meet Kevin do it, I thought it was a great idea, but I didn't have the community to build. So I wanted to build up the community before I did the members only chats, but it didn't really work that way. But now I have a pretty solid community, of a couple hundred people, and I feel like yours will be like a couple thousand people. So you said the keywords, but you don't practice the channel. That's called community tab. Utilize it. It does a lot more than the algos. Okay, I'll keep that in mind. Losing a part of the game, buy when you get a chance to win. Take that chance equals profit hands. Yes. Hey, Average Joe, how are you doing? We got 900 people in here. Make sure you guys hit the like button or dislike button. I agree on the members only. Yeah, I think Trey, with the members only, it would probably be really good, because then you'll be able to answer those questions. Ted Cruz killed JFK. I can see the viewpoint. I've considered it, but I do like to cancel the Discord membership. But if I do, I would like to cancel the Discord membership. No, I think Discord and memberships go hand in hand. It's different. So I feel like with your Discord is probably more like complex. You have a lot more channels built up, a lot of community that are going back and forth, and that's outside of YouTube. With members, you're able to only communicate maybe on the live stream or something like that. So I feel like it's two differences. You probably want to maybe, I don't know what your thing is, if you like decrease the price of the Discord group or something like that. But I've noticed that both of them end up being great forms of information, because I have people over on my Discord group that will teach options or understand crypto a little bit more than I would, teach me things about about those areas. But yeah, I think members only should just try it out. Just set up members only or set up the memberships, get them approved. I think it takes like a day, and then try it out. I guarantee it will be a lot better, but just make sure that you set it at a price to where you don't get, I mean, if you get 10,000 members, then that's a different story, but it still will move at the same rate. But typically, if you set it at the right price, I know Meet Kevin has his own price points that he creates. But yeah, I've noticed, I'm a member over at Millennial Money, their streams, and you get questions answered, all of that stuff. It's really good. Thank you, Diamond, for becoming a member. My Discord is $5. I keep it cheap for sure. I dig the different perspective. A lot to learn from you, Matt. A lot to learn from you as well. I mean, I can tell you that the only reason I got into Webull was after seeing you on Meet Kevin. When he was, I think it was Meet Kevin. No, it was Brian Jung, I think, before that. Yes, I think that was it. But yeah, after seeing you there, I was like, what is that platform? Because I had Webull, I just never downloaded I never knew that you could download the desktop version. So I was always on Fidelity. So you opened my eyes to this platform, and I'm really grateful because this is an amazing platform. The way that you can move through things easily. I know with Fidelity, if I click on a name, the chart doesn't update. I have to update the chart. It's a whole ordeal. And then there's different pieces that you can move around, but it doesn't like easily click into certain areas. You know what I mean? I like Fidelity, and I've always praised their Active Trader Pro, but I can tell you I like Webull a lot more. Thank you, Journey, for becoming a member. It means a lot. Thank you for showing up in the stream, though. I appreciate that, you know. Did you see Mark Cuban spoke on Alan about Dogecoin? Can you do a live reaction? Yeah, I can do a reaction to that. I'll check it out and record a video later today, probably right when I get off of this, and you know, see what it was all about. But Doge, let's see where they're actually at. I use Fidelity too. I use Fidelity first too, but Webull, yeah, it definitely does. It's 10 times better without a doubt. Easy decision to transition, especially after Fidelity liquidated me on one-to-one margin account. I did see that, and that sucks. That definitely sucks. And I expect, you know, the top of the top from Fidelity. Like I have them for my long-term investing, like, because they just have everything all together. Like I can give my information to the full view and be able to see my net worth and all that stuff. So I really like what Fidelity has going there, long-term investing wise. But when it comes to day trading and swing trading, it's not something that's easy. Like even just something as zooming in is difficult. You have to drag, and instead of like just scrolling my mouse or whatever, instead of just scrolling my mouse to zoom in, I have to literally like click and drag in order to do it. I also like the hotkey setup. So if I wanted to draw a horizontal line, I can press like Control H and draw a horizontal line. Or if I wanted to do a trade, I can just, or I want to sell all my positions, I can do Control All and sell everything. So I really like the hotkey situation for something that's kind of simple to use. People say that it's overly complex, but it's not. It's very easy. As you do go into this, you know, the software, you're going to see everything set up pretty easily. You click a name, everything else updates. You have news, you have all that stuff that you can easily go back and forth on. Dropping those Emmy dogs, dropping those Doges, those Doge coins. So it looks like Doge is up to 27 cents. Now, as you know, I'm still holding my Doge over in Robinhood at 12 cents a share, or 12 cents a coin. I would have joined your page a long time ago if I knew it was 99 cents. I'm glad to be here. Well, thank you for joining. Yeah, I make it as cheap as possible, and I can only make it 99 cents, but yeah, I make it as cheap as possible so that it takes away from all of the people that are scammers, spammers, and you know, whatever other type of ammers. MVIS is trying to recover. All right, wait, let me see what's going on with Webull Hockey's also. I think I'll chat with my Discord and propose like a $1 a month membership on YouTube to clean up the chat. Yeah, I think that's smart, because then you get a lot of the chat going on while you're in here. Now, just be aware, I know for you, probably at $1, we'll still end up having, you know, a crazy amount. The point is probably to slow down the chat a little bit, and also be able to answer some of those questions. So at $1 with maybe 11,000 or however many thousand viewers, it's going to be a little tough. So make sure you gauge that situation. Sadly, I can't live stream as much anymore until I get my heart surgery. My government job makes the work a 9 to 5 staff job right now until I get my heart passed and some. Well, hopefully all that goes well, because obviously people want to see you online. People care for you, so we hope that you can make a strong comeback and get your health situated first. I always tell people is get their health situated first before you move into anything. Everything else can wait. Health is the most important thing. Watch when we have time. Yeah, I mean everybody's gonna be into it, and like everybody will wait, because you're really strong in this movement, and your voice is well known. Was imagining your excitement yesterday during the bull run. Yeah, I can imagine he was really excited. It was really moving, and I know he's excited about MVIS. I know he's excited about MVIS. Do you like IDEX? I'm chilling, man. For real. All I need is to be happy. I cannot see any of these chats. I swear it's very difficult to see anything. I have bad vision anyways. All I need is to be happy is some stonks, Kraken, Subway, and the apes. All good things. They all blend well together. It's like peanut butter and jelly. Stonks, Kraken, Subway, and apes. Thank you for becoming a member. Kville. Also Hope, thank you for becoming a member. We have 929 people in here. We have about 15, well, not 15 minutes, 45 minutes until the market opens. Thinking it was 9 o'clock. Yeah, MVIS was moving, and it was moving this morning. I was like, geez, I was wondering like what I'm gonna do with the long-term investments, because the way that it's moving, it's looking like, it's going to have that hard fall eventually, and I don't know where it's going to have the hard fall from, but it's going to have that hard fall. But the way that it's moving, my long-term investment strategy was probably to get that to somewhere around north of 30 by the end of the year. But it's looking like it's really pushing. I just want to see a little bit of a pullback so that we see some volatility, some realistic movement, and not just rapid increasing. Now the chat is too big. There's no in between. It's like either the chat is huge or small. But Matt Trade showed up. Members coming in hot. Yeah, I think the most members that I got in a stream was probably like 20, I think. But it's great to be able to have these members only chats, because I can easily read a lot of the chats. Wish you would read my comment. There we go. Read your comment, Diamond. His girl Mavis. Reading all your comments that you have here. I pay $10 a month if stream and chat stayed like this. Matt answered 90% of chats. Nothing against other streamers, but chat flies so fast. Yeah, that's what I mean. I know that people will become members of Trey's membership group or live stream. Make sure you guys hit that like button. We're at 404 likes. We have about 1,000 people in here, so if you guys could hit the like button, that would be great. I can't see if you hit the dislike button, so if you hit the dislike button, thank you for doing that as well. I appreciate it. But yeah, that's what I mean. It's very tough to get to a lot of those things, and I kind of took something out of Meet Kevin's playbook, because I seen that he had members only chats, but then had open live streams, right? So it makes it very easy for you to read the chats, build the community as you go, and it's not just catering to the same people, because there's new people that come up every day, you know, that really want to get into investing and all that stuff. Did you average down on ZOM? I remember you had a DCA of 120 or so. I got a nice uptrend right now from 75-cent bounce. Yeah, I was looking for that to go below 70 cents. I know that it was tough because I seen it break past a certain level, I think of 76 cents, and I was waiting for that to go to 70. Before I jumped in, I was going to buy 4,000 more shares, and I missed it by like 3 cents. So I'm still at a cost basis of $1.31, a wash sale cost basis of $1.40, because Webull doesn't actually update the wash sale, kind of like Fidelity does. So I have a wash sale cost basis of $1.40. But right now, I don't know if you've heard of the situation that I'm going through with trading back and forth between Webull and Fidelity. So I transferred funds. I tried to transfer my funds from Fidelity. I had all my AMC shares over to Webull, where I had 400 AMC shares as well, but it ended up transferring everything from Webull to Fidelity. So when I did that, they closed my Webull account. So, well, I didn't know they closed my Webull account. It was just zero. So I seen that the day of, and I was like, all right, I'll just transfer it back. So I transferred it back, but then when I went into the account the next morning, the account was gone. So they closed the account while the funds were being transferred over there, because the value was zero, even though they had a pending transaction or pending transfer, and they didn't let me know. So I've been in communication with Webull to try and figure this whole thing out. They've said that my stocks are still going to be, I'm going to have the same amount of shares, and the value is going to continue to increase, but it's still a point to where I cannot trade with it right now. I can't do anything with any of my positions. I can't sell, I can't buy, because right now they're going to an account that is closed, and they can't reopen it. So I have to do another asset transfer after that. So I'm waiting till the 28th in order to do the asset transfer, and then that asset transfer is going to take about 5 to 6 days for it to go through. So I'm like really stuck between a rock and a hard place, because I don't want it to squeeze yet, because I know that I would miss that full jump of what AMC can do. But right now I'm missing a lot of different positions going up. Like right now my SOS is getting close to being at break even, if not a lot more than that. I have Fubo TV that's actually making quite a move, but yeah, as far as ZOM, it's still at a cost basis of $1.46. I saw that, man. I would have been raging. I usually don't hold anything longer than a couple of days to a week, which would hurt if I couldn't touch my stocks for a couple of weeks. Yeah, that's true. I try to, like, I'll have different moves, because I don't like to trade everything at once. So I'll have some that I'm looking to only hold for a couple of days to a week. Then I'll have other ones like Ride that I was looking to hold for maybe like a month and a half. But it did decrease quite a bit for Ride, and now I'm starting to get back up to break even point here, which I do see that increasing quite a bit as well. But yeah, I'm right there with you. I have a bunch of positions that I can't do anything with. It's like the in-game Thanos snapped his fingers and the hedgies shorts going poof. Yes, that's exactly what it's like. Oh, that's insane, man, about the transfer. They screwed you on your ETH entry. Yeah, I know. I was looking to buy Ethereum at $2,000, and it pissed me off. I could have bought an easy 5 shares of Ethereum, or 5 coins of Ethereum, and probably had a decent amount of money from here. It would have been something that I held a little bit longer term, but still, I mean, the growth that you see with Ethereum, I'm all for it. So I'm missing all of my entry points with crypto, and it's really pissing me off, because this could have been a $500, $600 gain per coin that I bought. That sucks. What do you think about money moving back into small caps? They got hammered for months, and all of a sudden they're moving. I've got speculation, but I'd love to hear from your opinion. Yeah, I mean, seeing all of the money go back into small cap stocks is definitely, or a lot of money go back into small cap stocks is definitely interesting. I usually don't like to. I mean, I usually trade by movement, not by what the size of the stock is. So if I trade in Tesla or I trade in MVIS, a lot of times it's either I'm getting it like word of mouth type of thing. So I have no true opinion on it. I think it's great, obviously, because then you're seeing a lot of low price stocks, a lot of things that can move quite a bit with not little to no volume, but seeing the higher volume, it ends up moving quite a bit. But yeah, I'm all for it. I don't have a crazy opinion on it. I can't tell you that. Market. I suspect a huge drop in AMC and GME at the open as the hedgies are seeing a squeeze coming. So yeah, I've said it every single day is that you're gonna see that little drop. Sometimes it's a bigger drop than a little drop right from the open. So as we let's look into some of these stocks. So AMC, if you look at a lot of history, you're gonna see the initial point is always down. I understand that they do decrease quite a bit, and I'm okay with that because then it gives people a chance to find a low point, get into that point, and then ride it on the way up. This man, folks. That's funny. Oh man. No doubt they're gonna try to shake up some. I'm off at the open. Yeah, they're definitely gonna try and scare people out of it. I mean, that's the goal for them, is to scare people out of their positions, and they seem to do that well with like the bear trap that they set up previously. With like any open you see, you'll see a lot of, they strategically place a lot of their shorts and sells in these right places, the right times. It came to a point to where I think it was like what was it, $14 and like 87 cents, and then all of a sudden they placed it at a place where we probably were going to have the most volume, around 12 to 1 o'clock, where people take their lunch break and they start trading. That's where you're going to see a lot of volume go into specific positions and the stock market in general. So what they did was shorted the heck out of this thing, and while people were looking to buy, so then they were like, you know what, I'll hold off. I'm not going to go ahead and buy. I'm going to wait till it gets to the bottom, and then they're going to buy back in at those bottoms. So there was a lot of back and forth with this, and I think it's going to kind of continue until their bubble eventually bursts. As this interest rate continues to go up, yeah, you're going to see this. You're going to see this skyrocket. Good idea. Now, I'm going to do a live stream sometime this week or weekend. You just laid back podcast, talk stocks, investing, AMC, yada yada. Yeah, I think if I have time, I can definitely do that. I would say the weekend's probably going to be tough because this weekend, actually, my wife works, so it's going to be very tough. Yesterday, was it yesterday? What's today? Tuesday? Sunday and Saturday, I actually had a little bit more free time, but every other week my wife will work mornings, so probably towards the end of the day would be a good deal, but I would probably only be able to do maybe like an hour or so, depending on it. But yeah, I think that's a good idea, just to be able to talk different stocks and all that stuff, podcast style. That's always great. Do we know what the short interest is currently for AMC and GME? I'll tell you what the short borrow fee rate is. Let's see how much they were shorting it. So they only shorted at 20%, which is still high. So they only shorted 20% yesterday. It was up to 15%. Carl, you can't do things right now. Um, not 15%, 15 million, 15.5 million short volume. And then you also seen 78 million in market volume, 20 million short volume ratio, 0 short shares available. Short ball fee rate, it's actually NA, which I've seen a number of times. But I don't have Vortex available. Thank you, Todd, for becoming a member. Wife, this man literally fucks. Yeah, I have 2 kids and a wife, so it's very tough for me to do what I'm doing like now and all of the videos that I post. So she puts up with my BS, I'll tell you that. AMC is at 23.8%. GME is a percentage higher. Okay. It's good to know. Thank you for that. 21, 22, 23. Pattern I mentioned continue. Should we see a growth in both GME and AMC today? Tomorrow, these are 22nd, 23rd days. The next days are May 27th, May 28th, and May 30th. Good to know. Good morning, Todd. Thank you for becoming a member. Trey, you wearing glasses, bro? That's a good question. Are you wearing glasses? I'm sure. Well, he's looking at the screen. I was going to say, sure, he's not looking at the screen. Just don't have 5 kids like me. I mean, I don't know if we'll have a 3rd kid, but I know we're not going to have 5 kids. I'm always into, like, my next door neighbors adopted 5 children and had quadruplets, so they have 9 kids now. If you want to check out their channel, they have a channel, the Family Young Vlogs, and yeah, you can see their whole delivery process, which I think got, like, not the whole delivery process, like, it's not in detail, but you're going to be able to see you know, what they go through, and how, I mean, they make it look easy, I'll tell you that. But yeah, they have 9 kids, a family of 11. But yeah, if you want to check their channel out, it's the Family Young Vlogs. If you go on my channel and look at associated channels, you'll see there. But yeah, I think their delivery video got like 15 million views. "900 people here, but only 400 likes. Come on, hit the like button." It's someone's birthday. Yes, it is someone's birthday. Hit the like button for other people's birthday, not mine. For E. Jean's birthday. I'm assuming it's Matt because I got in the chat late this morning. No, it's not. It's not my birthday. My birthday was last month, actually, on the 18th. Carl, can you stop licking my leg? If anybody's new here, that's my cat. He's licking my leg. He's being weird. They have a whole baseball team. Yeah. All right. Let's see what's going on. Let's see if any big movers are happening in the stock market. Thank you, Andrew, for the super chat. Let's see. AMC is sitting at $11.69, up 1.7%. Was at a high of $11.95. Looking for that to push above 12 today. It's looking like it's really resisting at, you know, that 11.90 level. Glasses do not. Every day is Carl's birthday. I guess it is. He's always licking my damn. No, it's his roommate. You're funny. Too funny. Let's see, DraftKings, I talked about this and how it could make that move from $56. Hopefully people did take my opinion, not my advice, because it wasn't my advice. This shows strength all the time. And since we did see that massive decrease because the stock market was really just falling, and it wasn't the overall stock market, it was a lot of sectors. We've seen record highs in, you know, the stock market in general, but then we've seen like certain sectors, certain positions just completely plummet. But DraftKings does look good. We're seeing that move. It did get up to a point of $61.27. I can see this really moving up back up to that $70 mark, and hopefully pushing, you know, $100 eventually. To be able to stream up pretty consistently when I'm on recovery from my heart surgery. I think just don't get too like energetic because that might be bad for recovery. I think we just need to make sure MBIS doesn't do anything crazy, and then you won't be hype about it. I think work will give me 3 to 6 months off, rest up. That's good. If they give you that time to rest. Who else would it be? Let's see. Plug. So Plug is something that obviously did gap up in the pre-market. Not a crazy amount, but did gap up in the pre-market. It's very spotty at times. How much volume did we see yesterday? Let's look at the volume. Let's look at days. We've seen 45 million shares worth of volume versus 27 million shares worth of volume. So on average, let's say 30 million shares worth of volume. So it was a pretty decent day yesterday. If we're looking at the overall situation, due for an increase, I'll tell you that. Definitely want to push above that 200 EMA. Want to see that crossover from the 15 moving average to the 200 EMA to indicate an uptrend. But yeah, I would say we're getting close to that breaking point. Just watch out. Hopefully this is not a false breakout. I would imagine this is not. I would imagine this is not a false breakout. We might see something really push from here. I just hope that I'm not in it, but you can see some of these retesting points that you want to keep your eye out on. Maybe it's the market has to be flat for those 3 to 6 months, or I'll need another surgery. That's funny. That's too funny. I haven't played an ad in a while. I'm sorry. It's been an hour. Some people don't have ads. Thank you for becoming a member. I own a PS5 and X and Series X. The Switch is better. I still don't agree with that. Still don't agree with that. I still think the Series X is better than... I haven't even played the PS5. I can't say that. What's going on? What's going on? How's everybody doing this fine morning? We have about 22 minutes until the market opens, and we're going to see some great movement here. Can only stream until 10. So get your questions in now. I try and answer as many as I can. Mainly all of them. I'm in Jamaica. They don't show me your ads. Perfect. That's good. And you have a constant video. Got cat hair flying through the air. I like my premium ad free. Yeah, I have premium as well. I really like the PS5. When God of War Ragnarok comes out, I might have to rebrand my YouTube channel. Just make another one. I'm sure people will follow you over there. I have three YouTube channels. I have my MP Shorts channel where I actually cover stocks in a short form manner, which is like 60 seconds long. As long as you add the tag shorts, it comes up MP Short. It comes up a shorts video. And I also have my Perry Experience channel, which is kind of a mix of everything. I game. I have a podcast that Erica doesn't want to show up on anymore. She's too good for that. I also do reaction videos and stuff. Yeah, I think if you had another channel to where you actually just went through gaming, I'm sure a few thousand people would follow you over there. And also, I can't wait for any. Actually, I want to buy every God of War game because I haven't played PlayStation since probably PS2. I've always had Xbox. I saw Matt and Trey, and I got hyped up for AMC. I agree. My username is just to mess with fanboys. That'll do it. That will do it. It triggers anybody. I mean, if you go on like TikTok or any other, social media and talk about that PS5 is better than this or Xbox is better than that, it will just be war. PS5 design is ridiculous, too massive. I've noticed that it takes up a lot of space compared to my Xbox Series X. Race trades and Matt, I got into MVIS after I saw Trey first live talk about, and then got more when Carl picked it. Yeah, Carl made a great decision because right now Carl's still holding for his calls. He's holding that, which is a pretty substantial gain. I think they're up like a total of like 12%. I don't really know exactly how much it was. I haven't checked it in a while. And man, if you bought a PlayStation for just God of War, it'd be worth your money. There's 1,000 hours a month. Well, the funny thing is, I have a PS5. I haven't hooked it up yet, which is kind of a sin, I guess. The fact that I haven't hooked it up because I wanted to play Miles Morales, and my wife bought me a PS5 for my birthday, and I was excited about it. I was like, how did she even get one? But yeah, she got it, and I haven't hooked it up yet. I've been playing Xbox the whole entire time. I don't really have a ton of time to play games too much because, I mean, with two kids, a wife, a lot of work because I have a 9 to 5 plus the YouTube stuff and a lot of other things that go into it. It's definitely tough to make any type of time. I mean, anything. Last Monday when MBIS was at $10, I said I was gonna buy some. 12 strikes stupidest games in 6 months easily. Yes, I said it in my live stream. Was that someone asked me? They were like, "Oh, is Mavis a buy at $10?" And I said, MBIS it's definitely going to be a buy where it is now, because if you see it resisted at $10. It wasn't going to go below $10. It was showing a lot of strength, a lot of promise. So I was like, all right, well, this makes sense for it to increase. Did I think it was going to go up to 31? No, I did not. These easily the largest gains I've ever seen from them. I'm 30. I just turned 30 last month. Yeah, I'm feeling old now. I feel like I've gone through a whole life. Gone through a number of colleges, not a lifetime of jobs, but good 9 to 5s. I love my 9 to 5. That's why I continue to work it, even though making really decent money from YouTube. Yep, I'm 30 years old. I caught those calls, and these I heard from you. That's my only research. On my own research, I decided I was a good investment. That's good. That's what I wanted to promote at first. I mean, I still want to promote it. Is the fact that people should. I guess you're my age. I'm 23. Damn, you aged well. I don't think I aged well. I look at myself and go, okay, I look older. But from what I understand, guys age very well usually. But yeah, pretty old. I'm feeling old. Once I hit 30, I was like, all right, well, my life's over. I can retire now. No, I'm just playing. No, I've been on YouTube for probably two years now. doing a lot of credit card videos. Would have loved to jump into investing right away, but investing just wasn't something that really popped off as a starting point for channels when I started. But yeah, 50 comes fast after 30. Yeah, it seems that way. I'm 32. I've had the same job since I was 18. Hopefully they've like given you like raises, increases. You've had a lot of growth within the company, because I cannot stay at a certain position and I don't have growth. I have to. Got knee problems and heart problems. That's funny. Well, I have the same. I have knee problems. Not the heart problems. Sorry, but I mean knee problems, because right away, right when I turned 30, I felt like I had knee problems the next morning. That's why I say it's funny. I didn't want to say that your heart problems are funny. Heart problems are never funny. When do you want to retire, and what's your asset money goal? So to tell you the truth, to retire from like working in general, I will never. I'm a person that never retires. I'm going to be one of those people that works as hard as possible until the day that I die. Yes, I will have some times where I will relax and play some golf and play some basketball or whatever. But I will never retire. From my 9 to 5, yes, that will be something that I probably won't work. I would like to have my own business, completely run my own business, and still manage it from afar. So I can tell you I have an endless asset goal. All I know is that I want my children to live a comfortable life, and I'll tell you what, I will tell them this, and I will tell everybody this, is that probably 80 to 90% of my income is going to go to me. The money that I save for my children's college fund, I hope that they can get scholarships, do as much as they can there, and then they can pocket a lot of that money, and basically show that they worked hard for that. But I want them to build everything from the ground up. I'm not giving them a dime. I'm not going to buy them a house. I'm going to have them work to get their car, all of the different stuff. Like I'm going to try and do everything the right way, so that Carl, can you stop licking my leg? I'm serious. You were like, I know. Just please stop. But I forgot what I was saying. But yeah, I'm not gonna do everything for my children. I'm gonna give them as much as I can to help them out, but I'm not going to like buy them a house, buy them a car. Now, if they work for it, then yes. I went from $8 an hour to $20 an hour. I'm a supervisor, but I was happier as a worker. I hear you. Well, that's good though that you grew for a long period of time. You did have that growth. I swear, if this cat doesn't stop doing this, I don't know what this guy's problem is. What's your goal? Do you have a goal to retire? I know it's kind of early. You probably don't want to like retire. You don't even have that, in your mind right now. You're only 23. Does anybody have a goal of when they want to become like a millionaire? I know for me, I'm close being at 100,000 but we spend money, not as fast as we make money. We spend money because we know we're not going to take it with us, the day we die. And like I said, 80 to 90% of my income is going towards me and my wife, and that's it. And family trips and stuff. So I'm not going to sit here and just save a crazy amount. Yes, I'm going to put things in retirement accounts. Like I have 401k, I have a Roth IRA that I build up. I have 529 accounts for the kids. But other than that, all of that a lot of the income that we bring in is going to go towards family trips, fun, different events that we do every night. I try and plan a lot of things for the children to do. So, yeah. Millionaire by 32, millionaire by 38, hopefully. That's good. Millionaire in cash or assets included? Um, Assets included, because like I said, for me, I like to I like to spend money on different things, so I have to include like some of my bigger long-term accounts rather than um, like the short-term accounts that I have. So a lot of this, like when I make, let's say $5,000, 2,500 of that would go into other accounts that I'm not even touching, and then another 2,500 would be set aside for taxes, which I would keep in the stock market so that I can grow it as more a little bit more. To not quote on retire, but to be able to work freely whenever I want to. I'm sitting around 500K net worth. 10 million is the goal, to travel and work online. Yeah, that's smart. That's really smart, and that's basically where I am. Is I don't want to have to work for a 9 to 5, even though a lot of times, no matter what, if you own your own business or you're online or something like that, whatever it is, you're stuck to a schedule most cases. You can look at someone like Graham Stephan. I don't know if you watch him, but he uploads 3 times a week on his main channel, and he doesn't miss a day. So you're still stuck to a schedule, but you can actually build those videos up whenever you want to, and you can pre-plan those, pre-post those. So I see what you're saying. I want to be in that same situation where I'm not going to work a standard 9 to 5. I can work freely and have the time. I want to do that as soon as possible. So before my youngest daughter turns 5, I would like to be able to spend a lot of my time with them and see them grow up. And working a 9 to 5 is something that is going to get in the way. But I hope that I can build my business up enough that I'm comfortable with. I mean, right now we just spend a lot. So if you've seen my budget spreadsheet, I want to build something for Graham Stephan to go through. But if you see my budget spreadsheet, oh man, I go over my budget all the time. Let's see what's going on. So we got 8 minutes until the market opens. Hopefully we see some really good movement. We can see AMC's up 1.5%. Looking for that to increase above that $12 mark. We need that to really push above $12. It's really resisting. We might see a little bit of a fight in the beginning of the day. See that pull back a little bit. Let's see, CCIV, I got them ordered by alphabetical order. Let's see. Why not have focus on where my next paycheck comes from? I want to have the ability to focus on my efforts on creating growth in the world. So that's a good point. Super Salty Games, great name. I know I say that a lot, but that's a great point. Is that you don't want to have to worry about where your next paycheck comes from. But there's a lot of people that make $20,000 a year, and they still don't worry about where their next paycheck comes from. They save their money, they're able to put it in the right place. But yeah, I mean, with certain spending habits, you just don't want to adopt new spending habits. For the more money that people make, they end up spending a lot more money. So you need to be careful with that and make sure you, it's kind of, I would say stick to your roots, but if your roots are spending money, then you don't want to stick to them. So I'll say it for lack of a better term, but stick to your roots and stop, try not to spend money. You're going to lose a lot of subscribers when 99% of us become billionaires when GME and AMC hits $69,420. I don't think I'll lose subscribers if people become billionaires. I think they'll probably be more inclined to get other people to subscribe. Just give me 2 million and I'm set. You would think you're set. The thing that I like to quote, Trey, I don't know if you're still in here, Graham Stephan's videos. Everybody does apparently. The business owner best advice can give is draw a paycheck when the profits yearly and most don't get so. 155K house, 130 at 2.49%. My mortgage is $789 in Florida. That's good. We pay probably just as much in taxes as we do for our mortgage. So we picked the right spot. I mean, it's a great area. That's all that matters, right? For the kids. So basically, when we finish paying off our house, which I believe we're going to move into a different house. When we finish paying off our house, you know, we're still going to have to pay a lot in taxes. How's ZOM today? ZOM looks pretty good. It's up 13%. It's starting to move as it gets later in the day. Make sure you guys hit that like button. We have 650 people in here. It does help out the channel a ton. Or hit the dislike button. I'm all for it. The issue is people will make a 1 million a year and live on 1 million a year budget. Yes, 100%. Make that 1 million a year, live off 50K until you can live on 1 million a year with a cushion. Yes, 100%. I'm right there with you, but a lot of people don't see that. They only see the money come in and then they're like, well, we can afford this and we can afford that. But without understanding like what you can build from it. So like, say if you own a house, and we have like 4 minutes, say if you're paying off a house or whatever, that's $100,000 or $200,000, and it does go up in value over the long haul, right? You're still paying off that $200,000. You end up paying it off with less interest because just there's another point with mortgage payments. In the first 15 years, you're going to pay most of the interest. So if you end up paying it off, right now you own that house that's, you know, $200,000. You can basically take that house and put that into another house instead of just going out and buying a new house with the new money that you gained without paying off the old house. You can now take this, you know, equity that you have in this house, basically sell that house to whoever, gain the $200,000 or increase $250,000. Buy this new house and pay less in mortgages, probably pay maybe more in taxes because of the square footage, but still you're saving money in that aspect by waiting to buy that new house. So there's a lot of different points that you can take there. You don't have to just accept that, oh, you make more money, let's just move to a different place, without actually factoring in how that will affect your financial situation long term. Because nobody keeps a 9 to 5, you know, long term. The thing that I like about YouTube and a lot of other passive income that I have is that it's not reliant on somebody else telling me that I get to keep my job, whether it's based on performance issues or whether it's based on the fact that I'm just, you know, or they're just not making enough money, you know. I'm right there with you. Thanks for the info, bro. Have a good day. I'll see you after on the after videos. Trey, catch you on the Discord group. George, thank you for becoming a member. Bet we can't get those likes to 600. Oh, we have a bet. Own it. Roll it over. Mancala, isn't that the game? I think my wife and I were just playing that the other day. 3 minutes. It's 2 minutes now. Move to Florida, save on state taxes, cut property tax into a third of what is here in New Jersey. Yeah, I don't think we're gonna move anywhere. I like, you know, where we live. Let's see, what's SOS doing? I need that to push up to $4.84. That's where my cost basis is. Looking for that to jump up to about $6.50 so I can take a profit there. I'm off to work, brother. Catch you on the flip. Great chatting with you. Being a fucking man. You too, man. Thank you for stopping by. I appreciate the love. Bringing some people here, creating conversation, more conversation in the chat. So have a great day. Everybody have a great day. If anybody is leaving right now, have a great day, and catch you later. Final countdown. We have 1 minute left. All right, there. That's on a lake. Ugh. All right. Get ready. Here we go. All right, it's 9:30. Let's see if we can see some movement here. We got SOS that just opened up. It's starting to decrease quite a bit. Quite a bit. What's AMC doing? AMC is still hovering around that 1.6%. We're seeing SOS make a move down. There's a lot of times where you will see it make that move down. I'm still, kind of salty about Coinbase at I think I have a $31 loss with Coinbase, but it could have been worse. So I'm happy with what I have there, I guess. But I'm still salty that I didn't just hold the profit that I had in the beginning. But yeah, SOS down to $4.67, actually down to $4.66. We're seeing AMC make a little bit of a move up to $11.84. Let's see if we can pass that $12 mark. See if we can break through that we were seeing in the pre-market. Come on, let's move up, not down. It's pulling far away from the 15 moving average, and anytime it pulls away from the 15 moving average, know that there is that chance of it pulling back. That's where I will always play the bounce play, and it makes sense why I would do that. Now we're starting to see it really increase, get up to $11.85, 86 cents. Let's see, what's GME doing? DraftKings up to almost $61. That's pretty good. Fubo TV's up one. Wow, it's starting to decrease here. Up to $22.10, up 1.4%. Let's see, cost is up 1%. Where's GME? GME is up 6%. It is decreasing from where it was. It's down to $180 or $179, almost $180. I'm working with my earbuds in. Well, that's good. So I need to be more like an auctioneer. We're seeing a lot of things start to decrease. Maybe we'll see a V-shaped recovery here. We're seeing Coinbase that's down just a little bit, close to break even. It's actually positive. It's going back and forth between positive and negative. We're seeing DraftKings that's up 2.8%, up to almost $61. Almost $61. I'm not sure what to think about eBet. I was thinking that $21 was actually a good move at eBet. It seems like $19 might be the low looking there. But yeah, AMC is now making a move. It might be passing $12 here. It's up to $11.98. We need to see that breaking point. Let me see what the actual order books are saying. So we have a lot of sell orders coming in at $12.50. We just did hit $12, $12.02. That's good to be able to see that. Happy for it. We need to continue to see that grow, stay above 12 cents, stay above $12, and really make that move up 4% today. ZOM moving the wrong way. Is ZOM moving the wrong way? Let's look at ZOM. ZOM is moving. Oh, that's Zoom. ZOM is moving the wrong way. Just know that we might have that V-shaped recovery, or this might be them shorting the heck out of this thing. Let's look at the Fintel numbers really quick just to see what actually happened, because I know one day we were looking at ZOM. I don't think they shorted it yesterday, but I always like to look at the Fintel numbers. I know the one day we were looking at ZOM, it did decrease quite a bit. I wish I could have bought in right now as it does continue to increase, because I know that it's going to get back up to where it was, and you could see it making its move back up. You see a lot of fight, a lot of buying power that's going into this. So we can look at it. It was 25% short volume ratio actually yesterday. 25.2 million shorted shares for ZOM. We're seeing AMC up to $12.20. Good, really good. We need to see that continue to increase. Market volume of ZOM was 102 million shares versus the short volume of 25 million. So we had about, and we can easily do that math, it's about 25% short volume ratio, which is pretty high. So they're still looking to short this position, thinking that it's overvalued or overbought. AMC looking pretty good. We need to see that stay above $12, continue to rise. It does make sense if it does come back a little bit. It is being overbought at the moment. Currently sitting at 77 on the RSI. We need that to push below 70, regather itself, and then start increasing again. I do not want to see this come back to the 15 moving average. It can do it because typically you will see that movement, probably not in one candlestick, maybe in a couple of candlesticks. I just hope that we see that massive increase as we go along. Coinbase is positive so far, I guess. CCIV is actually making a move down, 1%, 1.6% down. That's never good. We can see Fubo TV making a move up. It's up 2.6%. GME is up 7%. It's starting to have that little bit of a V-shaped recovery here. Let me see. What else? SOS, that's still staying flat somewhere around that $4.60 mark. Need that to push above $5. It should be pushing above $5. ZOM potential recovery. See, yeah, I thought ZOM would end up having that recovery. It's pushing back up to the 200 EMA. It's probably going to end up making its move back to the 15 moving average. I don't know where it will get back to. Let's say if we have a couple of, let's see what this trend actually is. The way that it's stair stepping up, we can say that it'll probably meet somewhere maybe around this mark, maybe 123, or you'll see it really push up from here. You're seeing a lot of buy volume that's going through, but you also see a lot of people that are selling. You see a huge wall set up at $1.40. So know that when it gets up there, we're going to see that decrease a little bit. We do have other walls set at $1.25, $1.24, $1.27 for ZOM. Tesla is making, it's decreasing down 2.6%, down to $718. Like I said, for Tesla, I would like to see that drop down a lot more before I get into it. See it around the $600 mark. I think you can make a decent move there. AMC is now below $12 again. You're seeing that pullback back to the 200 EMA, which the 15 moving average. You did see it get there, and now you might see a little bit of a bounce from that moment, and hopefully we can see that stair step on the way up. But this is just the first, 7 minutes of the market open. New level of resistance. Well, as of today, yes, new hard level of resistance, I'll tell you that. Probably want to wait to see some more movement before we can go there. We actually do see a pretty decent move up. I want to see what it's going to resist at after this large increase here. But yeah, it looks like it's finding its way to bounce off of the 200 EMA. Okay. That was a large red candlestick, goes from large red candlestick into a small green candlestick very fast. It's making a decent move here. I like this movement. I love this green movement here. Let's continue to see that move up, get back up to the 15 moving average. That's what I take as being, back to earth. But still at 120, that's still a good move. I'm still okay with it. Up 8%. I bought at 14. Should I sell at 14 and get back in at 10 for AMC? Is that what you're saying? It's totally up to you. I would suggest as you start seeing it go up, if you bought at 14 and you see it fully resisting back, then it doesn't hurt for you to do that. Now, I know people don't want me to say that, but it doesn't hurt for you to do that because I want you to be able to gain as much profit as possible. But if you see it really pushing up, once it gets to those levels, I think it's going to pass 15, and then probably start to pull back a little bit unless we start to see the starting point to this squeeze. So I want people to make as much profit as possible. I know with all of these levels, a lot of people could have made a ton of money going up and down, because no matter what, yes, I understand that it's difficult to just sit there and sell, because you shouldn't have to do that, especially with squeeze potential. We're starting to see that push back up to the 15 moving average here, very close. Yeah, it's very tough to see, you know, that someone, or you're supposed to hold on to the position. I think that's where I was. You're supposed to hold on to the position, but for what you could have seen in the past, however many months, so many people could have made $30, $40, $50,000, maybe 100, or even way more than that. I'm sure people have made more than that with the swings that AMC has seen. And it's the hedge funds that are actually bringing this back down, plus fear as well. So it's definitely a difficult situation, because I always promote profit hands, and this is something that's a little bit different, because a squeeze gives you that potential to increase 10 times, 20 times, 100 times the amount that it's currently at, you know? We have no barometer on what the major crypto exchange is worth, so we are price checking. We just revealed MasterCard as a partner on GME Google article. Huh. Level 2's ask is rising. Yes, it is. For AMC. So yeah, it's looking like it's starting to level out a little bit. Let's hope we could see some sort of longer recovery here. It doesn't come back to where, you know, it really opened up at, because it opened up at $11.69. We don't want to see it come back to $11.69. We want to see that increase to $12. We want to see a positive day today. A lot of things looking like they're starting to turn red here, which is not a great look on things, because after seeing a number of green days, we're really happy to see more green days. So we're looking at some negativity. We're seeing NVIS down 11% at the moment, down from $28 to $23. You're seeing that really pull down. I'm not saying that I'm, you know, creating any fear in NVIS, but it is starting to fall back, and we were wondering when that fall was actually going to take place. It's looking like right now is the point to where it's starting to decrease a little bit. You are seeing some buying volume that's going in, but you're seeing a lot of selling volume, maybe a lot of shorting volume as well. So definitely be aware of that. We have 568 people in here, guys. Make sure you hit that like button. Thank you for the 16 members that became a member. This is like the second highest day of the amount of members that we gained here. Create this community. I want to be able to, you know, answer as many questions as possible. It was great to see Trey here, and, you know, talk to him and have him communicate in the chat, talk to other people. It was great. So I've been holding at 14 since February 1st. SPY had a morning sell-off, and looks like it's starting to bounce bottom. We'll see if small caps reflect that at the bounce. That's a good point. It's a good point. We're seeing a lot of things start to make their move down, but NVIS, don't know where that bottom will actually be. Right now it's starting to really make a move down. Always love to see that bounce back to the 15 moving average. However, we're not seeing that. It's being completely oversold at the moment. Coin is fluctuating between positive and negative. We're seeing DraftKings. A lot of things are starting to turn, but it doesn't mean that, you know, it's all over for the day. This is the first 30 minutes. We might see, you know, a recovery, especially towards the middle of the day. So, you know, Churchill Capital is down 3%, BlackBerry's down 1%, AMC is still up 1.9%, almost 2%. So we're still looking good there. We just don't want to see any more movement down. We want to see that recovery from here. We want to see that bounce. And right now it's looking pretty strong. We haven't really seen an influx of crazy volume. Right now the volume's at 10 million, which is actually not bad. We've seen majority of the volume in the first minute of the open, which is typical. I mean, we've seen 2.8 million shares worth of volume in the first minute, but then we started seeing other, pretty big moves down as well. I have 106 shares of MBIS. I doubled my investment, and I'm holding over FOMO for more gains. As a new trader, I can't decide to keep holding or sell some of it. So that's where it ends up being tough. I think everybody knows that it's easy to buy into the stock market. It's easy to make your moves into a position and feel good about making moves into a position. The problem is selling the position. I think that's the hardest part about investing, is selling it, because you see the gain, you see the potential, and then you wait for it. You see the loss, you want to get back to break even, and then you see the potential, and then you end up losing again. So there's a lot of people that will get stuck in that same, frame of mind. And I always like to promote profit hands because of the fact that you need to take your profits and be happy that you have a profit. If you have a profit target and you know that it's going to get to that point or it gets close to that point, make sure you set that profit target. And if you're okay with selling where you're at, then sell where you're at, gain that profit, move on to the next position, or watch that go back down, and then have it increase. Do not sell at a loss. The thing is that I don't know if Trey is still in here and can comment on this, but the thing about day trading and swing trading is, you still lose trades. Like, you're going to sell for losses sometimes. It's about how you limit those losses. I can tell you that I did not do a good job limiting my losses because I got distracted with 9 to 5 stuff, like a lot of work that I was doing. So I did not see a lot of the losses that were taking place. So it was more of a hold type of thing. But it did decrease past the open price at the moment, and we're seeing it fall down a little bit. It was showing a little bit of strength here, but now we're seeing it decrease a lot. We're seeing this take a pretty big hit right now, down to $11.40, $11.42. Seeing this take a huge hit, $11.43, creating fear. As you start to see this get up to $12, that's what they did the last time. As you create that fear, gets up to $12, and they're basically pushing people to sell. But you don't want to sell at this point. This is basically one of the lowest points that you would want to, that people are going to sell at. This is all, you have short volume, you have a selling that's going on with fear. So just hold. And that's my opinion. It's not financial advice. If you feel as though you want to capture profits, definitely do it. If you feel as though, it's too much for you to handle, definitely do what you need to do in order to, be profitable in your position. Just my opinion is to hold at this point. So you're seeing a lot of things that are turning negative, that are turning the wrong way. And let's see, where's ZOM at? ZOM is now starting to get back to break even, and it's going to be at 1%, getting close to break even. So that's going to be tough. But just know it shows what the actual potential of these positions are. So SOS is actually decreasing. You're seeing TCAT decrease. Tesla's decreasing a lot, decreasing a lot here. I sold my AMC for some profit hands, thinking it was going to dip again, and I was wrong, hoping it drops back to $9.50 so I can buy back in. Yeah, there's certain levels of it. So for AMC and for a lot of these positions, you could see where it eventually will get to for a firm resistance or support level, right? So if it's looking like we're seeing a little bit of a bounce back. So for certain levels, let's say $10, that's more of a consolidation level rather than a high level for you to sell at. These are stupid. Why not let it run to 20 to shake off most? For being so rich, they aren't the brightest. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I would say they aren't. they're looking to lose as little as possible, shake off as many people as possible, while continuing to short the position because they make money on the way down, right? And if they create fear, they're going to make this money all the way down, and then they end up, covering whatever they cover, buy those positions back up. And the thing is that when you create that fear and it does go up with the positions, with anything that you cover, those people that ended up selling, the retail traders that ended up selling, they don't get back in. They wait for it to go lower, so they don't get back in here. This is just those hedge funds covering, and all of those people that ended up selling at this point, they're still waiting for it to go down, but it's not going down, so they're not going to buy back in. And if they do end up buying back in, they're going to get up to the 15 moving average and they're going to short it some more, and then they're going to do the same thing over and over and over again until they make a crazy amount of money on this whole entire situation. So I don't think they're stupid. I think they're doing this strategically so that they can prolong this the longest amount possible, because I think, to tell you the truth, I think they're actually making money off of these things. And it sucks to say, but as long as we continue to hold, if we don't sell at these, whatever bear traps they have, whatever crazy naked short process that they put in place, then we hold all the power. We're not giving them the chance to make money in any case. So let me play an ad here. I played like 2 ads this whole entire video. We have 574 people in here. We have about 9 minutes till the market, or not till the market, till the stream ends. They could fake a squeeze though. Yes, but then that would shorten the lifespan of this. So let's see it on their side. Understand how they can make money from these situations. So they can make money from the top, so getting all the way up to the top, and they make money on the way down as people start to sell, right? Obviously, they're going to lose money as well because they still have the short positions. But if they're covering all of their positions, they're not losing. They're losing more and more money as it does go up. But then they could also gain a ton of money on the way down. That's one way that they can make money. So let's understand this so that we can break down what would be the best situation for us to do, which it seems like the best situation overall is to hold, right? Not to get stuck in these small little traps that they set up, so that they have a bunch of people that end up selling on this price. But it does look like it's bouncing off of that $11.32 mark. You're seeing that bounce over the 15 moving average, 200 EMA. That's definitely a good look over the open price of 11.69. So I can tell you, with all of these little spurts that they have here, they end up pulling people out of their positions because people end up selling as well as them shorting the position. So they make money over and over and over again, just the way as we would make money if it got up to a certain price. We sold a portion of our position, get back in low as they do, short the position, and we continue to do that over and over again until they initiate the squeeze. Like right now, in this overall situation, if let's say a person did predict that all this was going to happen at 12, being able to sell at 17, being able to sell at 12, being able to sell at 14 or 15, it was like 14.87, then depending how many shares they would have bought, they could have made easily 100, 200K dollars worth of money off of those trades right there. And then eventually the squeeze happens, and now they have 200K to put into AMC if they wanted to. So then it creates more shares that you're holding, and now you can basically say, all right, well, you know what, I'm holding till the squeeze happens, it gets to $100, I'm holding $200,000 worth of stock here at a cost basis of, let's say, $10. You're gaining a lot out of it. And that's only if you end up doing that. Some people will just secure the initial investment, and then everything else goes back into AMC. That's a smart move. But without being able to sell for a profit at some of those instances, you can't really do that. So I sold 100 shares at 220 and then bought back in at 11.40. That's good to see. I mean, you literally, did you buy back in with more shares now? So, or did you buy in with still 100 shares? Because that's basically showing that you were able to, you know, really do something nice with this position just in the day and make a decent amount of money. Because now you just upped it by $100, so you're probably able to buy into a number of more shares. You know what I mean? All right. But yeah, I think we're starting to see a little bit of a recovery with AMC. There's some other ones that we're not really seeing too much of a recovery from. I know Fubo TV is decreasing. I just need that to stay above 21, push up to 25. That's my profit target for Fubo TV. Yes, 7 more shares. That's good. So you were able to increase the amount of shares that you have without actually, you know, risking anything more. Let's see. SOS is still positive. That's good. Looking for ZOM. ZOM is up 5%, so we're seeing a little bit of a recovery here. That's good to see that recovery. Let's get back up to the 200 EMA. I would like to see that crossover. Remember, I mean, I'm still holding, you know, for a while. I'm still going to hold for until it gets to like, you know, $2 or $2.50. I moved way too fast. I'm at work, so I missed that AMC average down. Yeah, I mean it happens. That's what I said when I missed my stop points, because a lot of times I'll set a manual stop point or a mental stop point, and instead of setting like a hard stop within the system, just because a lot of times they see those stop points and they'll actually stop you out based on, you know, just fast movements, and I don't like that. So if I see it get to that point, like heavy with a bodied candlestick, not just a wick candlestick, then I will make my move out. Still don't know why Fidelity denied my bank linking. Yeah, I mean, I'm dealing with the same thing right now with Webull. So they told me that my bank is not linkable, I guess, to Webull, even though my first account was linked to that bank. So don't know what the hell is going on there, but I'll figure it out. I have to call them and try and link it up. All right, so we have about 3 minutes until the stream ends. Make sure you guys hit that like button. Get me above 600 likes. That would be amazing. Or hit the dislike button, whatever you feel is best for you. Also, if you want to join the Discord group, click the first link in the description. Or if you want to join as a member on the channel, definitely hit that link next to the subscribe button that says join, right next to the subscribe button, and you'll become a member. It's only 99 cents. Or the second level, which is $2, but I make them both cheap. I'll probably add a more expensive option when I do have something more to bring to the table when it comes to YouTube memberships. Should I try and call or just try again? I think you should try and call. They could probably set it up manually. That's what I end up doing. If I run into an issue like that, I end up trying to set it up manually. It looks like ZOM's getting back to that 120 mark. We need to stay at that mark, or obviously above that. Let's see what's happening with AMC. Is up 2%, so it's good. It's staying steady. We would like to see it, increase above that $12 mark. It's great that we've seen it get to the $12 mark. It didn't hold well. So if we see it fight multiple times, we know that's going to be that firm resistance there. So right now, that's a point to where we want to get to. That $12 mark right here. This is a firm point. Oh, come on. Sometimes the hotkeys don't work. There we go. That's a firm point, so we want to be able to break that point. I would answer your question here, but I actually have to log on to work, so I have to get out of here. Make sure you guys hit that like button, hit the subscribe button if you want to subscribe to both of my other channels, so the MP Shorts channel and the Perry Experience channel. The MP Shorts channel is down in the description, or you can go to my channel and see all of the channels that are associated with me. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you everybody for showing up. Trey, if you're still here, thank you for showing up and for commenting and engaging and all that stuff. And all the new members that I gained today, I appreciate that. But I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here, and I'll catch you guys in the next stream.